report into how a school leader operated de-escalation rooms is now complete. The investigation looked into the use of seclusion rooms at McAuliffe International School, where Kurt Dennis was principal.
Last week, the school board approved his termination despite protests by McAuliffe families. Jasmine Arenas is your reporter in Denver. And Jasmine, we're learning more about the scope of this investigation.
Good evening. Yes, a DPS internal investigation shows that 3 students were interviewed along with 24 witnesses. Investigators from the district looked at a plethora of things like interviews, IEPs, and special education meeting notes before publishing their findings. Still, the former principal's attorney, David Lane, says they'll see the DPS board in court.
How can you justify seclusion as a safe alternative for students with escalated emotions?
Results from a DPS internal investigation show former principal Kurt Dennis was in violation of district policy when he would leave students in these rooms unsupervised. But there was not enough evidence to prove he was targeting only kids of color. Anderson says he still believes race played a role.
Board members confirmed through the initial investigation conducted by Denver Public Schools that all students that we know of are students of color.
The district fired Dennis in July. His attorney, David Lane, says this was after sharing concerns with the media about performing pat-downs on students without proper training and allowing students charged with attempted murder back in class.
We see how well that worked at East High School when Kurt Dennis protested exactly the same situation at McAuliffe. DPS ignored him, and so he went to the press, and the public is clearly on his side.
The school board voted to officially terminate him last week. Dennis received a closure letter which states he was in violation of DPS policies and had 2 seclusion rooms. Anderson says he visited some of the 32 de-escalation rooms within the district, but says they're very different than what existed at McAuliffe under Dennis.
I will give Tay Anderson, who keeps having press conferences, every opportunity to fully explain why he's violating the Constitution of the United States of America to a federal judge.
I hope that if Mr. Dennis moves forward with his legal action, this document will be unsealed and the public will read the stories that have kept me up.
Well, DPS closed its investigation on Kurt Dennis, but the Denver Police, the State Board of Education, and the NAACP chapter in Denver are still investigating this case. Live in Denver, Jasmine Arenas, I'm covering Colorado First.
Jasmine, thank you. And Jasmine covers what's going on in Denver neighborhoods. You can always send her your story ideas through our website, cbscolorado.com.